This video is going to go into more depth of research data management and what is involved with this practice. As we learned in the last video, research data management, or RDM, is the care and maintenance of the data that is produced during the course of a research cycle. We also learned that there are many actions that are involved in the process. RDM should begin with a plan. A formal plan is known as a data management plan, or a DMP. A DMP provides an outline of how data are handled from the start of a research project to after it has been completed. In planning, you should ask yourself, what type of data am I collecting? How much? What is the collection rate? These questions will help you get through the planning process and what you will be doing with your data. Another important aspect of RDM is storage and backup. You need copies of your data, original, near, and far. The original data is your working data and the associated files. Your near data is a backup that is located near but not in the same physical space as your original data. An example of a place you could store your near backup is on an institutional server. Your far backup should be located far from the area. This data should also be in a safe place from any disaster or threats. An example of this could be in cloud storage. Another thing to think about is version control. This is the practice of tracking and managing changes to a file or set of files over time, allowing you to see past renditions. Using tools like Git or Bitbucket can help. File naming is something that can need planning ahead of time. By naming your files in a consistent, descriptive, and unique way, it will allow your data to be findable and understood by others. Let's take a look at these examples. Sample1.csv does not tell us much at all about that file. However, if we look at the other two, we know what year that file is from, what site it was collected, and also what the data is about. We also want to organize what is in the files we save. It is always important to keep the raw data intact in its own tab. You will want that original raw data to be free from edits or possible issues due to adding information to that tab. When organizing the spreadsheet, have only one type of data in a cell. For example, you should have cities and states in different cells. Keeping the spreadsheet organized and consistent will help you and others understand the data. Another thing that is helpful to add to a spreadsheet, or even as its own README file, is a data dictionary. A data dictionary defines the variables, units, and relationships of the data. It helps explain what you did so others can make sense of your work. Now let's talk about metadata. Metadata is very important. It is the data about data. It can give you extra information about that data, about who made the file, where it was made, when it was made, etc. Metadata can also tell you how things are stored and what they mean. It helps users find relevant information and discover resources. It also helps organize electronic resources, provide digital identification, and archive and preserve resources. Metadata allows users to access resources through allowing resources to be found by relevant data, identifying resources, bringing similar resources together, distinguishing dissimilar resources, and giving location information. Let's take a look at this photo file. This information found is metadata. It tells me where the photo was taken, what device it was shot on, date it was taken, and much more. As you have learned, there is a lot of planning involved in managing data well. There are also a lot of reasons why we should manage our data. It allows us to understand the data of a later date and to be able to share with others. Managing our data also allows you to maintain the integrity of your research. And lastly, we manage data to keep secure. Can you think of any other reasons why we might manage data? Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, reach out to me.